You know what? It would really suck to have 4 people sat around and talk about your sexuality on the internet. Hi, I'm Alex Miller and welcome to Noisey Talks. This week discussing all things political, cultural and musical are Fred Macpherson from Spector, Rosie Swash from The Guardian, and Yasmin, a real-life DJ/singer. Hi everyone.
Hello.
So this week there was an announcement that's been treated as something of a seismic event in the hip-hop/R&B community when Frank Ocean revealed that he'd been once in love with a fella, not a woman.
Jesus.
I know. Rosie, you're very liberal. I can't imagine it bothered you in the slightest.
Of course it didn't bother me in the slightest. I thought it was brave, but his fans aren't the kind of stalwart R&B buying community. He kind of bridges that gap between hipster crowd, pop crowd.
Yasmin, you're in the urban community. Did you see it as a brave move?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty brave, but I also think it was the way that he did it. Like if he just tweeted, "Hey, I'm gay," people would have been a bit more shocked. But it's like a very poignant, eloquent statement. I think
Slightly over long.
Yeah, a bit long.
Yeah.
I mean, but it did. I think he did it. It went about it in the right way.
Fred, you were on Twitter showing your support.
The content of it was what I found the most amazing. The way he went about it and the way it was written, rather than just, like Yasmin said, just being some sweeping statement. What I found annoying about it is how trivialized and reductive all the subsequent articles about it were. People either say it was always just kind of being turned into a soundbite. Frank Ocean comes out, or Frank Ocean's gay, or Frank Ocean's bisexual, and it kind of felt annoying that I think a bit of the sentiment and the feeling of it was missed. Outside of the sexuality issue, how rare is it these days that any artist can actually talk with such a delicate and
he's
moving
just
manner?
such an amazing writer. But I think a lot of people slag him off because it was like, oh, album's coming out, here's a bit of publicity. But then
He's chasing the pink pound.
Well, no, I don't think so personally.
I think that perhaps what a big issue was that it wasn't that big an issue, except for one rapper on some rap blog I've never heard of. Everyone's come out and said that they support him.
Yeah.
Right?
It doesn't feel so much as a huge big deal as some sort of missing piece of what's been happening in hip hop for the last 10 years. Was, if you think about this, early 2000s, pre-Kanye, 50 Cent was probably the most successful rapper at that point. What he represents is so different from the kind of pop, trio of Kanye, Jay-Z and Beyonce, who just, they're like pop royalty now. It's so different from anything that was happening 10 years ago. And in the course of that time, I would say that hip-hop, not just because of Kanye, but pioneered by him, has just become a bit more emotional.
That's the other thing that everyone likes to talk about, is that that he hangs out with Odd Future, who use homophobic rhetoric in their rap music.
It's been shocking everyone.
It has been shocking everyone. But I mean, I think that surely with this and Sid the Kid, it's just proof that they're just being irritating rather than actually homophobic.
Well, I just think there's obviously whether people are gay or straight, there's so many, it's so open now. It doesn't really make sense that there's one area of music that there's nobody is gay, and surely
There's the photo of Lil Wayne snogging Birdman.
Well, exactly.
That's his dad. Chill out.
That's incest. That's not.
Also, I thought Tyler, the creator, his initial response was a bit lame. He tweeted saying, "Oh, all of Frank's bitches can come over here."
Bit insensitive, isn't it?
He's not known for his sensitivity.
True.
That's true. I'd like to see them all together behind closed doors,
Whoa.
Not in that way. Actually, yeah, why not in that way?
Why not?
You homophobic bitch.
It's the 21st fucking century. If you can't watch Tyler the Creator sucking off Frank Ocean, what are you gonna do?
Luke Turner from The Quietus wrote quite a good article about bisexuality, or male bisexuality, being one of the kind of final taboos, really, and that maybe being bisexual is more left field. People are still more dubious of bisexuality.
Jessie J actually said it, but she was like, well, they don't write Beyonce, the straight singer, but they'll write Jessie J, the bisexual singer, was at so-and-so place.
But is Jessie J bi, or is she gay?
I don't know.
She said that she was pressurised to say she was bisexual by her record label rather than just completely come out. And then there was all this stuff about
bisexuality seems to be that stepping stone between the two.
Then gonna 2 weeks later say, I'm not really, my record label made me say that.
Example did a really annoying tweet when he
What's
was
a
like,
surprise?
well done. I know, he's normally such a cool guy. It was like, well done Frank Ocean for coming out. All we need next is Tom Cruise to come out. And I don't think Tom Cruise is gay. I think that's just a homophobic rumour people spread about people that they don't like.
Actually, I can't even talk about it.
Katie Holmes just like, I think she's got the shit deal because she's like, her daughter just seems like the worst thing ever.
What, her
She just
Chinese
looks like a
daughter?
right
Do you really think that's
princess.
her child?
I just think her daughter just looks like, I don't mean to be mean because I know all children are beautiful.
Because you know her daughter's a big fan of your music.
And I just think she's just like, she just sucks. Like you either get Tom or you get the kid. Like
What's wrong with the kid? I don't know
looks like
anything.
I'd rather have the kid than Tom Cruise, because at least if you have a child, you can still influence
The
them.
kid wasn't in risky
That's
business.
not what I thought you were gonna say.
What? Just because I wear these glasses doesn't mean I molest children.
In other news, Chris Brown was number one. Everyone likes Chris Brown, right? Except for Frank Ocean, who he had Twitter beef with not
That
so
makes
long
me like
ago.
Frank Ocean
So
even
it
more.
ties it in. Yeah, exactly.
Even Rihanna's dad came out recently. Came out. Said they're the perfect couple. Chris Brown's been like misunderstood or something. But I'm paraphrasing.
It's so Clydey, that whole thing, isn't it? Like what really happened? I would like to know.
What, are
I
you
don't know,
coming
'cause she
out in
just
favour
seems-
of Chris Brown?
No, not at all. But I'm not. Rihanna seems a bit feisty. I'm just saying. Like I wouldn't want to fight her. I think she'd beat the shit out of me.
I think I could
You're
kick
not
her
Chris
ass.
Brown.
True.
I wrote a blog about it, and quite a lot of black women on Twitter tweeted me suggesting that it was racist of me to pick on him when there are other people that have made mistakes who have got away with it in pop. But if you're going to take it to those terms, do you think that Chris Brown would have been able to not just revive his career, but come back pretty much bigger than ever if he'd beaten up Taylor Swift and not Rihanna? Everyone seems to think it's just this fictional thing that didn't really happen. She has apparently forgiven him, who knows, you know, but it really happened. He really beat the shit out of her in a car and threatened to kill her. And statistically speaking, men who hit women don't tend to just do it out of the blue and then think, oh, that was a bit weird, I'll never do that again. So it's just a horrible...
So that just got worse and worse and worse.
I bought his album.
Did you?
No.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, my guest Yasmin, my guest Fred, my guest Rosie. I'll be back next time with Frank Ocean, Billy Ocean, and Karen Ocean. Cheers.
Another nail in the coffin of each of our careers.